Welcome to the Roadrunner 89 Investment Network, where we talk about interracial love and marriage. Hope you enjoy Swirl to Investment. Hello, how's everybody doing today? I hope you enjoyed today's show. I got a special guest coming on here shortly, and I'll go ahead and pull it up. Here today, ladies and gentlemen, is my special guest. Her name is Camille Hugh. Is that right?
That's right.
And she's she has a YouTube channel, um, Instagram, and Twitter, I think. Um, and she does like independent films. Is that right? Or
Yeah,
yeah,
independent films, romantic
independent fi-
comedies, and dramedies.
romantic comedies, and they're it. Her films that I've seen are really good, and that's what she does. And sorry about that. I don't know why people are calling me now. But we're doing this show early because she's over in Ireland, across the great big pond there. So there's a big time difference. Um, and I've been wanting to collab with her. Um, and tell and I just want to show you what she does, and we'll talk a little bit about interracial relationships, and maybe a little bit of in Europe how they, I've never, well, I've been there, but I've never lived there to see interracial relationships. I've taken my wife there several times, never had no problems, but I never really dug deep into it. Um, but this young lady, she's really talented, and the films she makes are awesome. And I would suggest that you guys check her out, show her some love. Um, Before I have her introduce herself, I'll put here on the screen her channel. Okay, let me get that off. Okay, sorry, dang stream here. But this is her channel. It's Sitting Pretty Productions. Okay, and here you can see her Instagram and Twitter. Okay, and go over there and watch her videos. Show her some love. Um, her her films and stuff are really positive, and her comedies are awesome. Me and my wife Sandy last night looked at her videos and checked them out, and it's pretty nice. Um, and then here's a little bit, Camille, if you don't mind if I share with them a little bit about what you do. Simply Pretty Productions is dedicated to bringing diverse, authentic, creative, and engaging comic stories to the world. Camille Hugh is the creator and star of Trouble in Law, and I can't wait to see that, guys. You got to check that out. I seen the trailer and it looks awesome. And then another film, How to Be a New Yorker, um, and in the digital series, I I the Crazy Girlfriend, and co-creator, co-star, digital Rough and Tug, The Uncommoners. Okay, just basically, and Camille says here you is author of 13 books, founder of Lit Cardio, creator and popular cardio fitness, dance DVD. Oh, okay. Soca dance card. Is that right? Soca?
Yeah. Soca
Soca
dance
dance
cardio. Yeah.
cardio and salsa dance. Oh, awesome. Uh, salsa dance cardio too. So I take it you got like you're in the fitness. You look really fit. Um,
Thank you.
no,
I
seriously.
am I am into fitness. Yes.
Yeah, and that's awesome. Maybe I'll check out those videos. I'm not going that. I have to do it in private because I'll look goofy. But maybe, hey,
No, you wouldn't. I'll
I'm
teach you
trying
some
to
good
lose.
moves.
Oh, okay, that sounds good. I'm trying to lose a few pounds. And I'm making a little progress, little at a time. Uh,
Yes.
got rid of fast food. Um, and that was a hard one, believe it or not. Not that I'm addicted to it. But at my job, I don't have a lot of time to, I'm constantly going busy. Um, I through my time at work, I get a half an hour lunch and that's it. And it's back to work. So, you know, the quickest way is going to a fast food restaurant through the drive-through, get your food and go, but you're eating garbage. And I
Hmm.
think that's the problem I had. Um, so I've been taking my lunch. I got a Ninja blender where I just throw vegetables in there, just different kinds, and looking what does my body need, and that's my mindset now. Um, me and my wife been going to Planet Fitness, but I can only do a cardio workout now because I found out I have a hernia, so I got to
Um,
get that fixed. So I'm
yeah.
like, oh my
Yeah.
god, I can't do no ab workout. All I can do is cardio, but that's okay. Um,
It's still good for your
but
heart, cardiovascular
yeah,
activities. So
yeah, and I'm in so I what I do is I blend the vegetables and I have to put a little fruit because it tastes like you're drinking grass, you know.
yeah.
So, but I do that and I drink my salad, sort of say, and
Hmm.
that kind of helps with get the hunger because I'm constantly feeding myself, but I'm not, it's stuff that your body needs, natural foods.
Yeah.
And but anyway, I don't want to get off into that. I could talk all day.
Well,
But
kudos to you though on making that change because, like you said, it is a tough change to change your
it
diet.
it it is. And how many vegetables do we really eat? Now I'm eating them like crazy because I'm trying to get my body in order, right?
Yeah.
Especially when you get my age, middle age, your metabolism just stops. You almost look
Mm.
at food and gain weight.
Yeah.
Back when I was young, my army time, I never had a weight issue. I was
Right.
always skinny and I ate whatever the heck I wanted, didn't care. But now I have to start caring.
Be more careful.
But
Yeah.
but anyway, um, yeah, somebody had a question mark. Sitting Pretty Productions. Okay, let me show
One
it here.
T.
Right.
One T. Yeah.
Okay, did I spell it wrong? One
No,
T.
the commenter had two T's for
Oh, okay.
sit
Yeah,
in. Yeah.
that's her channel. Simple. It's not simple. Sitting Pretty Productions. Okay, and check that out. It's a really nice channel she has, and I'm gonna be watching her films. And this young lady, look, she can act for independent films. You're really good. You really are.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. But anyway, Camille, tell us a little bit about yourself. I know I told people what you do in your channel, but
Mhm.
just share a little bit about yourself.
Sure. So, hello, everyone. Thank you so much, Brent, for having me on today. I am a writer and a filmmaker. I'm a Jamaican, so I was born in Jamaica and raised in New York. And I met my husband in New York, and we for years before he became homesick, and so we moved to Ireland. And I've been in Ireland now for almost 3 years. And I started making films in 2020 during the pandemic, which is when a lot of people started kind of dabbling in things
Mm,
they've been passionate about. And I've been passionate about writing for as long as I can remember. But I started making films in 2020 and I fell in love with it. And I made my first TV pilot, How to Be a New Yorker, which was quite an experience. We did that in like 4 or 5 days. And then I went on to make Trouble in Law, which was my first feature film. And now I'm making my second one, which is Squad Goals. And the common theme is that they're all romantic comedies or romantic dramedies, as I like to say, because I'm a big rom-com girly. Like I just love romantic comedies ever since I can really remember. And I always kind of wish that there were more Black women in the lead roles in romantic comedies because while I would still watch them, it's just like I just wished I could see myself reflected in those stories. And so I decided to just start making them when they weren't coming, when no one else was making them. And so that's my goal, is to make romantic comedies starring Black women getting their happily ever afters and being pursued by men who are worthy suitors, men who are attracted to them, who pursue them, who are, it's funny because Materialist just came out and there's this big conversation about broke boy propaganda and like, some people say Tyler Perry movies where they're always asking Black women to date down. I don't really subscribe to that. I like to show stories where Black women are being pursued by their equals or men of a higher status. And so, yeah, those are the types of movies that I like to watch and make.
Awesome. Yeah, and I would agree with you. I would love to see more films of Black women having the lead role. And like you said, Tyler Perry, they have a happy ending, but the woman struggles and, like dating down, like, okay, you're a high up attorney, but you settle for the construction worker type thing. And, you know, um, and in reality, that isn't how it is. I know Black women out there that make good money, high level earners, right? And top of the top, beautiful, successful. And we don't show that Black woman in films a lot of times. And it's sad. And it, subconsciously, and when we see movies, it's not reality. It can be based on reality, but when we watch it, a lot of people think this is how it really is. And if they see the Black woman having the date down and just having to settle, um, you, you know, I think subconsciously, Black women that are at the top tier that men would love to date, would love to marry and build a life with, sometimes Black women will settle before they open up their options. And I'm not just saying interracially, but, you know, have a standard of a man that meets her. You know, sometimes they set because they might not think they have uh, that option, and they do. And I hate when people play on stereotypes. And a lot of times we don't interracially date because we think the other person don't like us, or our cultures are so different we can't get along, or whatever the propaganda is. And a lot of people don't research the truth. They just go on what they hear, and they hear it enough, they believe it. And I like what you're doing, putting Black women, in the lead role, and they need to be. There's Black women are very successful, and well, in America, in our country, and well, and around the world. We got Black women that are millionaires, that are doctors, lawyers, doing amazing things, and we don't highlight that. We take the stereotypical hood chick and present that image as the Black woman. That's not the Black woman. That's stereotype. you know and we do that with people, and then with white people, white men, we portray them as racism because of historical sin within our country, and we don't get to know people to find out. We just go on stereotype generalizations, and and black women unfortunately don't get a lot of the leading roles, and I think it's because they're not in the majority. And people have, and I've talked about this where people say what the standard of beauty is, and I know a lot of people say it's European standard because, but it is, but you got to understand that a man's standard of beauty is his wife, or should be, right? So most men in America are married to white women because they're the majority of women. But that don't mean they're more beautiful, and you know, that don't mean that's what beauty is. That's just what people see, in my opinion, their wife. Because my wife is the standard of beauty. The black woman is the most beautiful woman on earth, and that's what I believe. I always believe that. And I'm married to a black woman, so that makes sense. But we need to start telling the truth about black women. Their education, you know, they lead in education in our country, statistically.
They sure
They
do.
they do, and and I, and black women don't need to settle. And it's kind of hard for black women that only date their their own race, that are only dating and marrying black men, because they outnumber black men in America by over 2 million.
Mhm.
So they're and if you just do that, you kind of do have to settle in a sense, unless you find that good black man that's got it together. But when you outnumber men, it's for black women, in my opinion, their best option is to have an open option. Whatever that guy is, if he's black, white, Middle Eastern, Jewish, whatever, you know, that you love, that loves you back, that meets your economic level. And I always tell people, I tell men, never, and I know this might sound bad, I say, date women that make less than you. I always tell men to do that. Don't get a woman that's more successful than you. And I know that sounds crazy, but us as men, naturally, we're protectors, providers, and it feels good to provide for your wife, to bring home a paycheck, take care of your kids. But when the woman's doing it, us as men, we feel kind of helpless. You know
Mm.
what I mean? Um,
Mhm.
and women, I tell them, date up, marry up, get a man that's financially successful. Because, and people say, well, it's not about money, Roadrunner, as long as they find love. But yeah, but you need to find that love that can pay the bills, that can provide shelter, that can take care of you and the children, you know. So anyway, I don't mean to talk too much, but
No, you're making all very fair points. I mean, no, you're correct. Black women are very ambitious, and those are the types of, women that I like to show on the screen.
Mhm,
When I was growing up, I can remember media influencing me in just my possibilities and instilling in me
mhm,
the mindset that, yeah, I can actually date whoever I want, and I can
right.
put myself out there. And so I do think that the power of movies, I mean, it's transformative. It's like
Mhm,
some of the movies that I loved when I was growing up was Something New. And actually, How I
mhm,
Found You, My Last Day Without You, like those movies, or like Guess Who,
mhm,
Brandy, Cinderella, like where I saw these Black women exploring love in all races and ethnicities and having their happy endings. And I would say it definitely affected me in my own love life, and being able, because while I'm married to an Irish man, I have dated outside of my race, and Spanish and Black and Polish, and just kind of the rainbow. And so, but I think it's really important to see that reflected in the media, and that it opens up people's mind, Black women's minds,
Hmm.
and the men who see those movies, not only Black women, but men who see those movies and think, oh, wait, I could date a Black woman and she's special and beautiful and like has all these attributes that I value. So yeah, I'm in agreement with everything you just said for sure.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, yeah. And I'll tell you from my perspective, okay, and I can speak for a lot of white men or non-black men that feel just like I do. Um, I have a love for black women and always have as a child growing up. And I think if you're in an environment where you could take off that racial lens and see people's character, I think if people could do that, there'd be a lot more men out there seeking out black women, you know, um, and being able to get over that racial hurdle and the stereotypes. And a lot of times, white men don't approach a black woman because they don't think they have a chance. And that's the honest to God truth. Um, I'll tell you a little bit about my story. As a child, I had love for black women, and I had a little babysitter. She was a teenage girl. I think she was like 16, 17, and I was like 4 and 5. And she would watch me because, I live with my dad, but I go see my mother. And, she won my heart over because as a child, I was smaller than most children. I was little, right?
Mhm.
Uh, so when she would call me big guy, and that, oh my God, and she gave me candy, and that won my heart over. And I think that's basically where it started. And I started,
Mhm.
and back in the day, growing up, Donna Summer was big, and that was my dream girlfriend, right? I
Mhm.
was a child, but hey, I had that fantasy, and I looked at black women like that as being beautiful and amazing.
Mhm.
And when I started dating, in high school at 16, my first girlfriend was a black girl, and but I always felt that black women were so beautiful that and amazing that I wasn't even worthy of being in a relationship with them, having a black girlfriend. I felt that way. Um,
Mhm.
I'm a humble person, but I just thought, oh my God, they're so amazing and beautiful. I would never have a chance.
Mhm.
But I wanted to be around them so much that one day I finally got the courage. And my first girlfriend, I walked past her and the lockers and I was going to talk to her and I wouldn't get my courage up and went through most of the school year not even talking to her, looking at her. She'd smile and I just walked by, my head down, and I was just crazy. One day I walked up to her and talked to her,
Mhm.
and I was like shaking. Will you go out? And she grabbed my hand and pulled me towards. Yeah, I'll be your girlfriend. And I was like in seventh heaven. That was like it was like that perfect day. Um,
Mhm. What gave you that
but
courage? Do you recall like why, what switched in you that gave you the courage to do that?
I just think it was so long, and I felt well. I didn't think she would be interested, but what am I doing? Because it was driving me crazy.
Mm.
I didn't have the courage, and I kept and and hey, she was interested. And
Mhm.
big dummy me, I should have approached her a long time ago. But
Mhm.
and I think that's what happens in a lot of white men want to be with black, but they don't think they have a chance. They see a black woman that's high pro black and not interested in white men. I think all black women think that way, which ain't true. You just gotta you know. And I tell people, you want to interracially date, just do it. Just walk up to her. What's she going to do? Reject you? Okay. Turn around and leave her alone. And if she does reject, be nice, be courteous. Um, and with me, I never felt angry I was rejected. Of course, my feelings were hurt. I didn't
Yeah.
like it,
Yeah.
but you know, but anyway, I just wish people would have more courage. And I tell black women too, be in places where the men you want to date. You want a successful man, be at that place. I'm not saying throw yourself at them, don't do that, but let them know you're there. You know, you're looking beautiful, you catch his eye. Sometimes just a smile works or say hello. You know what got my courage up when I was interracially dating? If I looked at a woman and she smiled and had that look, now that don't mean she's interested. Maybe she's just being nice,
Yeah.
but it gives you a little courage. Like, hey, maybe she's into me. I'll go talk to her. Um, I just try to get people to think strategic with that,
Right.
and
It's good
and I say,
advice. It's good advice.
and what I like about your channel is it is diverse, and I and comedy films are awesome. And the romantic comedy, that's pretty cool. That putting a black woman at the lead. That's where, if we're being honest, we look at statistics, we look at education, we look up startup businesses in America. Guess what
Hmm.
woman is leading the way? The black woman. She's top of the top. And the black woman is what I call the hidden treasure. I refer to the black woman as a hidden treasure because we
Okay.
see her every day. We walk past her. She might live in our neighborhood or we might work with her, but we don't get to know her. We don't get to see her beauty except what she looks like. We don't get to know her, see what's in her heart. Black women are very loyal too, and that's a beautiful thing. Um, I'm a traditional guy, and I've been raised that way. And when I was looking forward to getting married. That's in my family, we get married real young because
Hmm.
of our religious beliefs and because we're so traditional. And I got married at 24. My wife was 25. My wife Sandy, and um, we were young. And with my family, I felt like I was a late bloomer.
Yeah.
But that's just how we're traditional. And my father was just hardcore in the Bible, would read scripture to me and stuff. And funny thing is my wife's mother was the same way,
Mhm.
and we meshed on that. But my father would say, you know what, a good wife's important. You got to have the right wife, and just preach to me, as a child and teenager. And the reason he did is because him and my mother, uh, my father got my mother pregnant, and they were real young. They were teenagers. And my father married my mom because it's the right thing to do. But their relationship didn't last. And my father
Mhm.
didn't want me to get into that. And I know why he did that. And he would talk about the virtuous woman. And all the time, I always pictured a black woman because I seen the beauty in black women. I seen the love. I seen the nurturing. And
Mhm.
I haven't growing up. I wasn't around a lot of black people, but black women I seen a beauty. I seen character, and that's who I wanted to be with. That's who I grew up wanting as a wife, someone to
Mhm.
build with. And I just think if we would get over that hurdle and look at people's
Mhm.
character and see the real beauty, we'd have more interracial relationships and marriages. And I'm not telling everybody to go jump in an interracial relationship. No, 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 it's not for everybody. But you might find that one that loves you that looks different.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, the point you make about the image, the way you look at black women, I think that's absolutely beautiful because unfortunately, what the image that we tend to see is like they put the worst image of black women. If you look
Yeah.
at those reality TV shows, and or they won't show a black woman as it's feminine, all her other qualities. They show her as the burdening all these responsibility or taking care of a family or she's the mammy or like all these other things. And so
Right.
I love that you somehow you were able to have this positive image of Black women in your upbringing that led you to envision a Black woman as your wife. But
Mhm.
I think unfortunately there are not enough images, positive images of a Black woman. And so that's what I'm trying to change with my films, is that you see this woman who's ambitious, who's smart, who's attractive, who's feminine, who's
Mhm.
all the things you would want, the positive characteristics. And not to say that my leads are flawless. I mean, that doesn't make a very good movie if your
Right.
protagonist doesn't have any flaws. But obviously, in my films, they have an arc. They grow. And another thing in my films is that I don't like to make it all about necessarily just race. Like I don't because I while I think those
Right.
movies are important, with, for example, Something New, where you have this Black
Yeah.
woman who's contending with the fact that she's dating outside of her ideal Black man image that she had in her mind. Sometimes you don't want that. You just want to see a regular woman falling in love with like a regular man, and there's
Right.
no like issues around their color or race. So that's what I also strive for in my films.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a beautiful thing. And I just I just wish we would uplift Black women more. And like you said, we don't need all movies to be the Black woman in the lead, but we need more of it. You know, um, and
Variety. It's the spice of life.
yeah, variety exactly. And that's my thing. And those of us in interracial relationships, we like to identify with people that are like us.
Yeah.
You know that we understand what problems each other goes through. We have haters, people that don't like to see the Black woman and white man together, and I know there's other people who don't like to see the Black man and white woman either, and that's wrong. If people are in love, let them be in love.
Mm.
And when it comes down to it, skin tone is just in our DNA that just makes us what we look like. You know,
Mhm.
um, but what really matters is what's in the heart, a person's
Absolutely.
character. And but like you said, the images of Black women they're putting out there, I don't like it either. The reality
Mhm.
shows,
Yeah.
back in the day, I don't know if you remember the Cosby Show. You're
Yeah,
pretty
I
young,
remember. Of
so
course, I remember the Cosby Show.
right. That was a popular show. Everybody watched it. Black people, white people. It was,
Mhm.
and that was a positive image of a Black family, right? They're educated, they're successful, they're married, they got morals. There's a family unit. You know, and the mother, Claire Huxtable, uh,
Yeah.
Felicia Rashad, um, that woman I found very attractive, and the reason is because of the image. You know,
Mhm.
she's a beautiful Black woman, but what was really attractive is she was a loving wife, a loving mother, and she was smart. And that's the true image of Black women that we don't show, you know? And, and that's what really I found attractive. And that's what I find
Mhm.
attractive in Black women. When I see a Black woman that's professional and got it together, I fall in love with that. Um, and she don't have to be a supermodel, and she just how she's got it together and how she maintains herself and the love she has, and and that's what we should show of the Black woman. Okay. And the Cosby Show did that, but then we got love and hip hop stuff and the
Mhm.
drama back and forth, and that and that's not good, because if I was a wealthy white man and I love Black women, I would not be in that social circle, because there's too much
Mhm.
drama, too much craziness, too
Mhm.
many side girlfriends and guys doing crazy things, and it just, I mean, who would want to be in that environment? And I know it's
Yeah.
about drama and entertainment, and I think a lot of it's scripted to get you watching, like, oh my
Oh
God,
yeah.
what's going on next week, and who is he with, and did he get caught cheating, and oh my God, she's mad, and these women are fighting, and it just, it's a
Yeah.
real bad image, and
It.
people are dumb. They think, oh, well, that's how black people. No, it isn't. That's a TV show, you
Mhm.
know. And but yeah, I just wish Hollywood. I wish shows would be more positive, more of a moral image. You know, let's see
Yeah,
what.
Hollywood. Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say Hollywood, like they like to say that, movies with black women in the lead roles or their stories won't sell. It won't translate. It's not relatable or something like that. But like I like to make movies where there are universal topics. Everyone can relate to what my
Right.
stories are about. And so for example, like with Squad Goals, which is the one that I'm making now in pre-production and crowdfunding for, it has a very universal theme. And I don't know if you saw my videos, but I've been going on the street and crowdfunding for it. At
Hmm.
first, probably should tell you what it's about. So, Squad Goals is the name of the film, and it's about the messy and hilarious and beautiful business of trying to make friends as an adult and the importance of authentic connection. So that's like a very universal thing. And when I'm out on the streets crowdfunding and talking to people about the film, black, white, like everybody, Asian, everyone, they can all relate. They can relate. So, it's like having a movie with this as the subject matter. Everyone can watch it, but then they have a black woman in the lead. It just shows that we're human and we're
Right.
going through the same, issues that everyone faces. So, yeah.
Right. And that's awesome. And yeah, and that's good. Include everybody that can relate, and it's not just, you know, and
Yeah.
that's what we need more of. More of us come together, and and what you said is people can relate. Um, I look at my marriage, and me and my wife come together,
Mhm.
but I look at it as different people coming together too. Because when me and my wife got married, both our families come together. And we have when we have cookouts or special occasions,
Mhm.
our family comes over. My wife's family and my family. They like coming to our house because we got room and where we live, or we live out of the city, and people like that. And but what my marriage did is it brought me and my wife together, two people that love each other, but it brought two families together.
Mm.
A lot of my family and her family hang out together, and we grew up in the same town, so we're from the same place.
Yeah.
We share the same culture, same thing we've done all our life. um, and our families come together, and I think interracial relationships can be a positive. It won't end hate or racism or none of that mess, but it does give us a chance to get to know people. Because if you have a member in your family that's married to a black woman, or a white guy, you get to know these people. You find out, you know what? My wife's family and my family, they're people, and they generally have the same problems.
Very
Some are
similar.
lazy, some are hardworking, some are
Mhm.
successful, some not so much. It's just,
Mm.
it's people.
Yeah.
And a lot of times I think that's a good way to break stereotypes, and getting to know people. Because back in the day when we had segregation, way before my time, but people had issues because they didn't know each other. They seen the other as inferior, or and I think people need to come together and get to know each other and see us as people. And like I said, I don't think interracial relationships going to fix the world, but I think in many ways it can help, and in
I
many
think so too.
ways, yeah. But
Yeah, no, I mean,
anyway,
coming living here in Ireland, yeah, it's before I moved here, you kind of have this idea of people you don't know, they're unfamiliar, but then I got here and then I meet Irish people and they're just the people are people. Like everywhere you go, they're pretty much
right,
the same. We're all pretty much the same. And but it humanizes once you get to know someone, like you said,
mhm,
meeting your wife's family and seeing that like, this person is their own individual human being. They're not the stereotype that you see on
right,
TV or in films. They're like people in my own family. They're like me. And I do think it can kind of fix the world when you can break down those barriers and just see people as human beings.
right, right, and and it can, and I've seen beautiful things happen in my family, in my wife's family.
Mm.
I tell you, when my mother-in-law passed, and my mother-in-law was amazing. People loved her. She had that spirit about her. She loved people. She, I don't. When she passed on, I don't know who cried harder, my wife's family or my family. That's how much she meant to our family.
Mhm.
And my wife's just like my mother-in-law. Has that beautiful spirit, has a big heart, loving. And people gravitate towards her like they did my mother-in-law. And I'll tell you a funny thing. We were having like a Thanksgiving dinner, and we had the whole family there. I was there, my parents, my 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 mother-in-law, and my brother-in-law, uh, and his kids, and it's just the whole family together. And my brother, right? He he didn't open up his options. He's married to a white woman. He's got an amazing wife. He's been married 20 years. I've been married 31. So we both have long lasting marriages, which is beautiful. But um, he's got two kids, right? And they were real little. And they went to my mother in law and says, "Hey, can you be our grandma too?" And she looked and smiled. Of course, I always was, and they're happy and hugged her. And that's the beauty she brought to the family,
Mm.
and she became part of my family through marriage.
Mm.
And my brother-in-law, he man, and he passed on unfortunately, but we were close,
Mm.
you know, um, and it broke my heart to see him go. And it's funny because when I first was dating my wife, he was a big guy, right?
Mhm.
And you know, my mother-in-law, she was accepting of me, she liked me, so that was good. But my brother-in-law, he give me dirty looks, and I'm like, oh my God, is this guy going to hit me or something? He's a big guy. I'm like, oh my
Yeah.
God. And we were over at the house, and he says, come here, I need to talk to you. I'm like, oh my God, is this guy going to fight me? I mean, what do I do? And I'm just like, you know, and he says, hey, let me tell you something. I'm like, oh my God, here we go.
Mm.
She says, I don't know what it is, but my sister loves you and my mother loves you. So I guess I got two too. And he hugged me. He says, welcome to the family. I'm like, oh my God, thank God. I thought he would mess with me like that, right? And
Yeah.
it was funny, but there was love there. Two families coming together. And
Mm.
a positive impact, you know, it was positive for me and my wife, our marriage, but it was positive for other people too, you know,
Mhm.
and they can see. And a couple of people in my family that weren't too happy I was marrying a black woman, came around and said, you know what, you got a good wife. I understand why you married her. Because, the thought was back in the day, oh, I give it 6 months, it ain't going to last. And
Mm.
It
Showed
did.
them 31 years and
Yeah, I
counting.
mean, there was no doubt in my mind. I knew I had a good wife. I know my wife. I have a wife I don't deserve. She's definitely the better half, hands
Oh,
down. Ain't even close. I'm just so blessed to have her in my life, and I just I want to send a positive message. I want to show that you know, don't be afraid to open up your options. And men out there, if you're good quality men, providers and protectors, get to know black women. If
mhm.
you're a dirt bag and you're trying to exploit black women,
You
stay away
pass on.
from them.
Keep going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can, yeah. But and I don't want to see that either. I know there's things going on and
Mhm,
people are opening up their options more now than ever. But and I tell black women, be careful. Okay.
mhm,
A black man might have done you wrong, but a white man can do the same wrong to you. You
mhm.
know, people are people. There are good and bad in all groups. So have your standards. Don't lower your standards for nobody. Okay. Standards is what keeps you protected.
Mhm.
Okay. Don't give yourself to a man that don't love you. You know, and,
Absolutely.
and
Yes. I can't agree more.
you know
You're
what I mean?
preaching, Brent.
But yeah, I am kind of, but a lot of times, we're human, right? And
Mhm,
and I've had failed relationships, right? The woman I was with before my wife, oh my God, she almost destroyed my life. It was
mhm,
crazy. But I was into her, and there were some red flags, and I ignored it. No, I can change her. I just got to show her I love her, and I'm there, and it never worked out, and
mhm.
it broke my heart. It was horrible, but I ignored the red flags. I lowered my standards because I was so into her, and I tell people, and I've seen men do this. I've seen women do this, and a lot of times women will fall in love with the guy, and oh well, yeah, he's a little messed, but I can mold him. I can fix him,
Mhm.
and you can't. It's not like build a bear. You create your own little bear, and you're happy. You know, you can't fix a man that don't want to be fixed.
Mhm. That's
So I
not your
say get.
job.
It's not. Get one that's fixed from the get go.
Mhm.
But anyway, but yeah, I just like telling people, just be careful, have your standards. We say vet, but people are good at deceiving people. They might say all the right things, but if you have your standards and you don't compromise them, that gets rid of a lot of garbage, a lot of dust, a lot of, people after you for the wrong reasons.
It's true. And even though sometimes people can come with one thing, it's like eventually the mass slips. They can't keep it up for too
Right.
long. So it's follow your intuition and to be just cognizant, to be aware. Look, I would not recommend any woman try to fix a man or try to get them to love you or anything like that. Like that is, you want to find someone who already loves you. And that's the type of love stories that I want to tell. Like, you're a hopeless romantic. I can tell the way that you speak about your wife, like you write some romance movies yourself, but about
Yeah,
your story, maybe. But yeah, no, you want to have a good love story. The life's too short to be living in
it
horror
is.
stories. Like,
Right. And yeah, I just, oh, I love my wife. My wife is, I tell you, my wife is so amazing. My family thanks her for marrying me. My mother and father say thank you for marrying him. You you made a difference in his life. And I'm telling you, when I graduated high school, I was a hot mess. I,
mhm,
I was going nowhere fast. Um, I went through public schools, not the best education. In New Mexico, we're dead last in education as it is.
mhm.
So you put that together with the education level and the laziness I had and not caring. Um, I was a hot mess, and I didn't know what I was going to do with my life. I was just living for the moment, having fun, and you know, and I got in a relationship that was horrible, and it was an awesome lesson learned, but it hurt, and I don't want anybody to go through what I went through. But then I met my wife, and you know, with her love and believing in me, she made me better than I was. Um, and I didn't have no education except my high school diploma, which I limped through high school. And I went in the army. Okay, the army would hire me. Um, and I spent 20 years there. Um,
Mm.
and my wife, you know, she spent all 20 years with me, and through the deployments and the hardships, she was always there for me. She always loved me. She always brought the best in me. Um, when I went in the army, they did a test on me, said, "Man, you're at a sixth grade reading level." And that was embarrassing, and I wanted to fix that. I told my wife, you know what, this ain't good. I just feel stupid. She says, we could fix this. So I went to a community college, took some classes to get me up to speed so I could actually take college, right? And she helped me get that up. And, before I knew it, I was going to college. I didn't feel dumb anymore. I felt like I was doing something productive. And my Army career was moving forward. Good things were happening. Um, we had a daughter, and I got promoted to sergeant the day my daughter was born. That was so
No.
special in my life. And and with my wife, seeing our family go every time we have a child, first my daughter, then my son, then my youngest daughter, and now we got grandkids being born. And that's what life's about. It's about coming together with love and marriage, building a family, and watching your family grow, and having a new person in your family be born. And you look at I look at my grandchildren and say, "Welcome to the family," and that's what life's all about. But we don't live for that. We
Mm.
live for the here and now and the fun times instead of thinking strategically, building a
Mm.
legacy, a family, and that's what it's all about. And look, I would not change a thing. I and I praise my wife all the time, but I need to and I should because she deserves it and more, you know.
Mm.
And anyway, let me stop. I'm gonna get emotional when I talk about my wife.
Oh.
I just, I, I just, yeah,
Well, the key takeaway I got from your story is that you wanted to address your reading comprehension skills. That's something you wanted to better about
yeah,
yourself. It's not that she was forcing you to do that or trying to, and then she helped you and she supported you, and you both help each other and support each other to grow. I think that's the key to a healthy and successful relationship, right? So,
yeah. And it made me better. It made me to where my military career I could move up, and later on jobs I could get better
mm,
jobs. So
mhm.
helping me out better myself, I can turn around and give my wife more.
I love
You
that.
know, she gave me everything, so I want to give her everything.
Mhm.
And it's just a beautiful thing. And I I just thank God I had the courage to open up my options. I had the
Mhm.
courage to talk to Sandy. And I tell you, I talk about when I met her and I approached her. Oh my God, I was shaking, I was stuttering, my heart was racing. Uh, and I said, I was thinking in my mind, oh my God, I'm sounding stupid. She's going to kick
It
me
was a
to the
high school
curb.
all over again, was it?
Yeah, it was. And it, you know, and it's always been a bit hard approaching black women. And the reason is, and I'm going to tell you what it is. It's because I have love for black women. And when I was trying to date, I wanted her to be into me. So if I didn't care, then I could be smooth and suave. And but I couldn't because I wanted it to work, but I was so nervous and my heart's racing, the excitement, the anxiety, all this running through. And when I did get a yes, it was like the clouds parted and yeah, just
Like a scene from a
it was
movie.
yeah, just like that. That's how I felt, right? And
Mm.
uh, I told my wife, I said, later on after that, I said, "Did you even understand what I was saying? I know I was stuttering, nervous." And she kind of laughed. She says, "I understand everything you said because I could see it in your eyes."
Oh.
And I think what it was is she knew that I was attracted to her, that there was some love there, that I was into her, even though I couldn't say it clearly.
Mhm.
But you know, she 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 talks about it. She said that was so cute. You came up to me and you were nervous, and she embraces it. And but yeah, I've always been nervous because when you're into somebody, you want them to say yes. You're
Yeah.
afraid of rejection, and when you get rejection, it hurts. It does. I've been rejected many times in my life, but that's life. But the
Yeah.
times I was accepted, oh my God, it's all worth it. You can get 100 rejections, but that one acceptance, it overrides everything.
All the
And
sting of the nose, for sure. It takes away.
right, but yeah,
I
but
guess I'm getting a class in rejection. I've been seeing on my timeline, I don't know if this is coming up on your timeline, but every other video, it's like rejection therapy and people putting
mm,
themselves out there and doing very scary things with the high likelihood of being rejected. And with me doing these crowdfunding stunts when I go out into real life, and so many
mhm,
people do reject me, but then when I do get the acceptance, someone who's willing to listen to about the stories about or tell me about their own experiences, trying to make friends or what they're dealing with, it does really make the sting of the rejection a little bit lesser. It's all worth it. It's all worth it when you get the yes or when you have a meaningful conversation with someone in my instance. But you just gotta push past the fear of rejection. And usually on the
yeah,
other side, it's something worthy.
yeah, and you ain't going to totally get rid of the fear, but you'll have the courage to say, you know what? And when I approached my first girlfriend after that, in my mind, look, I did this before, I could do it again.
Mm.
And you just do it.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah, you're a little fearful. Oh my God, what's she going to think of me? Will she say yes or no? And nobody likes rejection. None of us do.
Mm.
But it's part of life we got to face.
Mm.
And I thought about it this way. I thought, well, me getting rejection, I don't take it personal. And the reason is there's, growing up, there was women that were into me that I weren't into them. So
Mhm.
I didn't have nothing to do with them. Not out of hate. It's just I'm not interested. I'm not attracted. And you
Mhm.
know what? There's women that feel that way about me. Yeah, yeah, I'm not interested in you. And that's okay. That's their right, you know.
Mhm.
But you find that one that says, "Hey, you know, like like that girl in high school, I'll be your girlfriend." Like, hey, this is great. Oh my God. And you know what? I embrace those moments. I
Yeah.
the rejection I don't really focus on because I who wants to think about that? But the times I was I embrace it. I think about it and I smile and I was like, man, I was so dumb in high school, but she said yes, and I'm thankful for that experience. You
Yeah.
know, and,
Yeah, no, I saw someone who had a rejection resume. She's a writer, and she puts all of her rejections, like she lists them, and she's proud of
oh
them
yeah,
because that means that you're putting yourself out there. You're going for
right,
your dream, and rejection comes with it. And as a writer and a filmmaker, I know all about rejection because I'm always like applying for grants and all these things or film festivals and things, and you get so many no's, and the rejection can unfortunately cause a lot
right,
of people to stop trying, but you
right,
the only way you really get to failure, the only way you'll fail is if you stop, right? So if you keep going, eventually you get the yes. And that's what you keep working
right.
towards, and that's what you keep
And
yourself
and
motivated.
and And I like you have the courage to go out there, fundraise, and do your thing, and and just keep going at it. Some people have money and can throw it at projects and
Mhm.
stuff, and
Mhm.
you're coming from the ground up, and that's awesome, and I applaud you for that. And keep doing your thing. I'll be watching your movies, and you know, um, yeah,
Yeah,
but
it's hard. These a lot of times romantic comedies don't get the love that they deserve when it comes to,
right,
grants and stuff like that. They kind of want heavier topics or drama. So just because I love romantic comedies, I just have to figure out how to make it happen. And there are people who love romantic comedies, and that's who I'm trying
right,
to talk to reach people who want to see those things, those stories. Will hopefully support the people making them, right? Since no one else wants to. So that's the idea, at least.
right. I like seeing them like something now, and I've seen some other movies that are really good that are not high budget but
Yeah,
have a love story, or and like something new. That was a good movie. That's uh
I love
me and my
that
wife could
movie.
watch that over and over. And we have our interracial movies we keep watching, like something new, The Bodyguard,
Oh yeah,
um, stuff like that. But yeah, keep doing what you're doing, and you know, I I started following your channel, and I tell people, hey, check her out. She's got a good channel, and your films are
mhm.
awesome. Okay, and
Thank you. I appreciate it. We're gonna have a lot of more behind the scenes because we're in production. We start production. We're in pre-production. We start production next week, actually. So we'll have a lot of
mhm.
behind the scenes look into what it takes to make a film, the ups and the downs, the highs and the lows, because it's you never know what's going to happen. You can plan, but the unexpected always kind of crops up, and I think it's a cool look to see what really goes down with independent filmmaking. So that'll be on my channel soon, just the process, documenting the process of making squad goals.
No, okay. And
Yeah.
on your channel, is there like a place to donate to your?
Yeah, so squadgoalsfilm.com is the website for this one that we're in pre-production on, and you can donate, and there are really great perks, a variety of perks for the level that you donate, and from
Oh,
coming
okay.
to our screening here in Ireland, but we'll also be doing a mini tour, so we'll be screening it in New York, which is where I'm originally from, and London, and a
Oh,
couple of
okay.
other places. Yeah, so you can donate for the level to do that, or if you want to get involved and maybe dipping your toe in producing films. We have an executive producer level. We have a call with me or my production team. If you want to know about maybe you're a filmmaker and you want to get a project off the ground, you can donate and have a call with us where we workshop
Oh,
how to
nice.
get your film made. Yeah, so a lot of cool
So,
perks on there.
so you help people out too. It's not. That's awesome.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
like
I
that.
mean, like, you gotta help others out. I wouldn't be where I am today without the YouTube University. I learned a lot of my filmmaking from YouTubers who are
Oh yeah.
generous enough
Oh,
to
okay.
share. Yeah, to share like what you need to do, and then of course just getting on set, and you learn as you go. You learn from your own mistakes, but I really appreciate every single filmmaker out there who will share on YouTube, this is how you do this or like this or what you should strive for, so that we're all upping our craft and upping our game. So yeah, I try to help others as well.
Oh, that's nice. That's awesome. Yeah. Well, um, it's good having you on, Camille. Uh,
Yeah.
it's a pleasure meeting you. Um, and your channel's awesome, guys. Check out her channel. Um, I love your films and your you know, and I want to see that
Trouble in law.
mother trouble in law. I was going to say mother.
Yeah.
It's trouble. Yeah, that
That'll
looks
be
pretty
out in like
good.
January or February, we're going to have our screening in New York. And then
Oh,
eventually, after we do our screenings, they'll be up on Amazon Prime. So if you want to follow
oh,
along when that
okay.
gets released, yeah, people should definitely check out the YouTube, subscribe, and go over to my Instagram where we have updates. Sitting Pretty is the Instagram.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will follow you, young lady, and I thank you so
Thank
much for
you,
coming
Brent.
up here. And it's been a pleasure talking to you. And keep doing what you're doing. And you're a prime example of a amazing young black woman doing your thing and making things happen. And I wish the best for you. And you are talented. You're a very beautiful young lady, and best wishes to you and your husband, and all the blessings to you. And if you need anything from me, just email me, and you know, I'll watch your channel and your videos and stuff, and I'll encourage others to do so. And you're welcome here anytime.
Oh,
Um,
thank you so much, Brent.
you,
Maybe we
you
could get
know.
you in a cameo in one of my one of my films. And the next one, when you come over to
I,
Ireland, we'll be shooting the holiday rom-com next. You could be in that one.
I don't know. I don't want to ruin the movies.
Oh, I'm sure you have
Yeah,
some hidden acting talents, right? That we just haven't seen yet.
I don't know about that. Uh, I do act crazy,
Yeah.
but
But no,
it's
honestly, I really appreciate you having me on and
oh
giving
yeah,
a spotlight to on your platform to my films and all the work that I'm trying to do
oh yeah.
or doing.
And hey, it was a pleasure talking to you. I enjoyed the conversation, and I could tell you got a lot of heart, and you work hard. You're busy, and trying to collab with you, and you have a lot going on, and you know, and I can see you're a hard worker, and you got discipline and integrity, and I can tell that, and
Oh.
just keep going, and the success will be there, and you know, and I admire you doing this from the ground up, without backing. It's pretty much
Backing.
you're doing
Yeah.
it yourself, and that's
Yeah.
hey. But you never know. Maybe somebody come by, like your work, and back you and boost you up there.
Exactly. You just gotta put it out there. You never know what will happen until you put it out there. You have to walk on faith. So that's what I'm doing.
Right. Um, but yeah, just keep doing what you're doing. I I love your channel, and this was an awesome conversation. I enjoyed it, and guys out there, go check out her channel. Show her some love. Um, she's one of the black women that are making it happen, and a lot of black women are out there doing hard work like
Same.
you, and we
Yeah.
we don't notice it because they don't show it a lot of times. But put yourself out there, and people will see. And
Yep.
well, you got a follower here, and you're gonna have some followers in the chat too. I know people on this channel have a big heart, a lot of love, and you know, and we support black women here. You know, and we support all people. Don't get me, not just black women, but
Mhm.
black women. You know, black women are amazing, and I have a lot of love for black women because black women have shown me a lot of love in my life.
Mhm.
And I like seeing young ladies like you doing your thing and putting in the work, and one day it's going to pay off so big you'll look back and say, "Wow," you know. But
From your lips to God's ears. And I love the reciprocity that you're giving back to Black women. And it's just amazing to see. You're doing
I
some incredible work. It's so admirable.
I appreciate that. No, I just feel black women have been a blessing to me, and it's my turn. I guess to give back. I mean, you
Mhm.
might say, and not every woman has been nice to me, but for the most part, black women have been an incredible blessing in my life when it
Mhm.
comes to You know, when it comes to relationships, when it comes to um, my faith, when it comes to just treating people kindly, a lot of that I got from black women, not just black
Mm,
women, but a lot of, positivity, a lot of love I received as a child into an adult. And I can see how amazing black women are. And I give my mother and father credit to that because they never told me it was wrong to be attracted to a black woman. They never told me it was wrong to feel the way I felt,
mhm,
you know? And they had no problem with me dating black women or marrying a black woman. They just wanted me to find somebody that loves me. They wanted me to find a good wife, and they wanted the
mhm,
best for their son. They didn't care what color or where she came from, as long as she was treated me good and was a good wife and mother to my children. That's all my family ever wanted.
mhm,
And the best option I found is the black woman. That's my story. And hey, my life reflects it. My marriage, my family life. You can just look at what I got and say, you know what? He did make the right decision. He has a good wife. And people that
mhm,
were against it back in the day have to admit, you know what? You did good. And like I said, my family, it, they are thankful that my wife married me, especially my dad. He said, "Man, he was a knucklehead, but you turned him around." I'm like, "Gee, thanks, Dad." But but anyway, enough of my story. But Camille, thank you so much, young lady, and blessings to you. You're welcome to the Roadrunner Network anytime. Okay,
Thank
we'll
you.
put the
Appreciate it.
VIP. We'll have a
Oh,
VIP chair for you, so you're welcome here anytime. And
I'll
keep.
come back when the film's out.
Oh, okay, sounds good. But it is a pleasure talking to you. Okay,
Likewise.
and
Thanks, Brent.
oh, you're welcome. And thanks for being my guest today. It was a pleasure. It was awesome. Okay, and
Absolutely.
yeah, but you take care. Email me anytime, anything you need. Okay,
Okay.
and I'll throw some coins your way and help you
Oh,
with
how
your.
sweet. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. But you keep doing what you're doing, and like I said, guys, get over, check out her channel. Um, oh,
What happened?
before I go, can I? I'll show you guys. Look, before we dismiss, can I show you that clip of that movie Mother-in-Law? A short clip.
Oh, Trouble in Law. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Trouble-in-Law. Yeah, this is guys. This is a little. This is a trailer on her film. Okay, and it's called Trouble-in-Law. I want to say Mother-in-Law,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna go ahead and play it here.
Stacy, you're an assistant.
Excuse you.
Leave the thinking to me, okay?
When will you learn it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission?
Just in time. 8 glasses? Oh, Mark's brother's coming.
Two single people of the opposite sex in a room full of couples.
That's tea.
You really think I would set you up with tea?
Oh, thank you. Only up from here, eh?
Ooh, he has an accent.
Stacy hates accents.
Okay.
We do actually have a lot in common.
Pasta?
Well, we have those two lovebirds over there.
We're getting a divorce.
What?
It sucks. We won't be seeing each other anymore.
What makes you say that?
It's strictly business.
Now I stay away. story.
What's with you?
She's got a date with a hot fitness trainer.
Correction.
Us. He's bringing 2 friends.
Trying to get in a car with some guys. Do you think they're going on a date?
I was just trying to be a good friend.
It's Marsha. You gotta go. Marsha, wait.
This is so unlike you.
It's like you said, I need to ask for forgiveness instead of permission.
Latifah's a dating expert.
What does that mean exactly?
As long as you aren't expecting anything over 6, 5.5, I can help you out.
Okay. Uh-oh. What the heck? Sorry about that. This dang StreamYards. I was just like, okay. But yeah, guys, that was the film, and check it out when it comes out. I can't wait to see it. It looks pretty good.
Yeah, it's a good one.
But,
It is a good one.
yeah.
Like I said, we just had test screenings for it, and we're getting some really positive reviews. So it's very encouraging. I can't
Yeah,
wait for the world
it
to
looks
see
really
it.
good. It looks like a Hollywood production with all the, but you did it yourself. That's awesome.
With a very a small but dedicated team, for sure. Not mine. You can't make a film by yourself, but yes.
Well, yeah, that's right. But you put it together, and talk about the leading black woman. You're it. You're the
Definitely.
leader, putting it together, the leader in the film, and hey, keep doing what you're doing. And
Thank you.
it was a pleasure having you on. We went an hour and 18 minutes,
Mhm.
and we could go on for hours. If you ever see my shows, sometimes I go too long. Back in the day, it used to be where we had like 10-hour shows before.
Oh my God.
Yeah, just talking, and I love to talk. I talk, and sometimes I need to shut up and quit talking, but I love to talk. I love talking to people, and I like, I just YouTube. I love it. I just love to talk about whatever, and
You have the gift of the gab, which is it's a special gift.
well, I don't know if it's a gift or a curse, but but oh, thank you. That's awesome. That's sweet. Thank you. But thanks for coming up. You're welcome here anytime. And you came on my channel, and if you ever want me to come on yours and do a collab there too, we can. And maybe one time me and Sandy come visit you. And,
Yeah, that'd be fun.
yeah.
Expect to meet
But
Sandy.
she wanted me to tell you. My wife Sandy wanted me to tell you that she loves your channel. She said that tell her she's a very beautiful young lady and got talent, and keep doing what you're doing. And I say the same thing. And you're going to be successful. I can tell. You're going to go far. And
Thank you so much. You're gonna make me blush.
but but yeah, just keep doing what you're doing. And thank you for being a part of this show and for the collaboration. I always love collaboration. We used to do it more. I used to do it more, but lately I haven't had a lot. It comes and goes. But some of the people that I collabed with in the past have left YouTube and moved on, and that's kind of sad because because even through YouTube, you develop relationships with people. You get to know people, you talk to people. And even though you don't meet in person, you have a connection, and a lot of people that helped me build my channel back in the day, You know, some of them are not on YouTube no more, and it breaks my heart because I miss those people, and
Mhm.
you know, they had a good heart, and they were, you know, helped me along, and I try to help others along. Um, you know, I'm not the best at doing this by no means, but I enjoy it, and it means something to connect with people, you know, and that's a blessing. Whether 5 people are watching or 500, you know, just
Mhm.
having that connection and getting to know people and uplifting each other. There's a lot of negative on YouTube. Sometimes it's nice
Yeah.
to have some positive and say, you know what, and uplift people, encourage people. Um,
That's my
and
favorite side of YouTube. I don't go on the negative side of YouTube. I like to keep
yeah,
my
well,
feed positive.
I try not to, but sometimes I end up there. And
Yeah.
but for the most part, this has been an amazing experience. It's been a blessing to me, and just people showing me and my wife love. That's me and my wife embrace that. We love that.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
my wife don't come on all the time, but every once in a while she'll come on. And um, I think here next month I'm going to have her on and do a special show. Um, People love when I bring my wife up. My
Hmm.
wife's not really into the social media thing, or um, she's not into that. I am. She supports me on that, and sometimes she comes on every now and then. The first time I had her on, I said, "Hey, can you come on?" Because you know, when I started, I was talking about interracial dating, and people saying, "You don't have a black wife. He's lying. He's making this up. He's," and people were going out there saying, "This guy's a fraud. He
Yeah.
don't have a black wife or a black girlfriend. You know, he's just all be." So I had my wife come on just to show, "Hey, this
Shut
is
them
my
up.
wife." Yeah, and you know, that was a positive experience. And then every now and then she'll come on, and
Mhm.
you know, we'll have a little live together and talk about our family, our marriage, and
Yeah.
you know, and I want to be that example. I want to be a blessing to people. I want people to see, look, we can come together. We can open up our options. We don't have to date people that just look like us. There's other people out there, you know. There's other people out there that will love us, and that's my thing, and that's what, you know, the message I try to push forward. But
Very inspirational. 31 years, I'm telling you, you're
yeah,
walking living proof, you know, that
people
it
say,
works.
"Man, that's amazing," but and it is amazing, but
It
there
is.
was never a doubt in my mind. I Look, when I married my wife, I knew we were going to be together forever till we take our last breath. I mean, it. There was never a doubt, and I think the key with our relationship is there's true love there, and we put ourselves above our problems. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And I think a lot of times with black women, white men relationships, a lot of times we got to fight for each other, and it brings us closer together. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And, and
Mhm.
and seeing my wife have my back no matter what, even if it's her friends, family,
Mhm.
you know. And when I do that for her, it just it makes our bond stronger. You know, it just it makes our relationship, our marriage, powerful because we put each other first, and that's what it's all about. That's what a marriage should be anyway. You
Yeah.
know. Anyway, um, I'm gonna go ahead and close this. I know I've been saying that for a while, and I keep talking.
You get the Irish goodbye when you come to Irish. It's like the opposite of the Irish goodbye, but
Oh,
um,
oh, is it? Is there a goodbye real quick and to the
yeah,
point?
the Irish goodbye they just leave, like, if you're in a party and then they'll just slip out, they'll
Uh,
just leave.
that ain't me. I'll say I'm leaving and I'll stick around for hours.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Keep saying it.
That's okay though.
Yeah,
I'm enjoying our conversation. Like I said, I just want, like, kind of what you and Sandy have. I want to be show stories that are inspirational to Black women. That they can find love like this, like Friends and Sandy's. So It's
Yeah,
important
and
work that we're doing, I think.
yeah,
And thanks for
I,
showcasing it on your platform.
oh yeah, hey, it's been a blessing talking about my wife and our marriage, and you know, and there's a lot of stories like me and Sandy that people don't know about, because most people like me and Sandy, we don't put it out there. Well, I put it out there, right? And I tell the
Yeah.
world that I love Black women, and my wife is the best woman on earth, and I love her more than anything in the world. I put that out on blast. The world could see it.
Amazing.
But most men like me, they don't put it out there. They just live their life
Mhm.
and they're happy.
Mhm.
But I think more men like me need to speak out and be an example and show that we do love Black women. We got Black wives, and we're here, and I want to be like a support. I love Black women, and I'm here for you. I mean, I can't help everybody in the world, but maybe just showing how amazing you are, and showing the amazing things Black women do, and how I've been blessed, and that's what I could do. And that's you know, and it don't hurt to show love. I mean, and I just wish more of us white guys were more outspoken about how much we love Black women. I really do. I think too many of us, we just live our life and keep it to ourselves.
Mhm.
And you can do that, but for me, I want to tell the world. I want to tell everybody how much I love Sandy. I want to tell everybody how amazing Black women are. I want to tell the world, and I feel good when I do it, you
Mhm.
know? And that's just how I feel. Some people think I'm crazy for doing that, but okay, I'm crazy. I love my craziness. Okay. But anyway, thank you so much for being a
Right.
part of this show today, and thanks for coming on. It's been a pleasure and a blessing, and I wish the best for you. Um, I can see you put a lot of work in there, and you got a lot of character, and your films look amazing, and man, I can't wait to see that one. I
Thank you.
but yeah, but thanks for being on. And anything you need, you just email me. Okay, anytime. Okay.
Okay. Will do.
And guys, check out Camille's channel. Pretty gosh,
Sit in pretty.
sitting pretty. Gosh,
Yes.
yeah, sitting pretty productions. Okay, and you got workout stuff you do too. People could check out.
Yeah, so
Uh,
my workout videos are on Amazon. They're
oh,
called
okay, on
Soka.
Amazon.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
okay.
Soka cardio dance and salsa cardio dance workouts. 'Cause I like to make my workouts feel like a party, and I don't think like I'm working out. So if you just dance to good music, it
You're
helps
having
you burn lots of
fun.
calories
Yeah.
and have fun. Yeah, and you learn some dance moves that you can take on the dance floor when you go out to parties and stuff. So it's a win-win-win.
Hey, that's a good idea. Hey, you can learn how to dance and not even think you're working out, but you are.
Exactly.
Hey, and that's a good idea because you go work out. Oh my God, I gotta go work out today. I'm
Yeah.
tired. But turn on the music and go dance around the room. And hey, I hear you. That's sounds awesome. You know. But yeah, check her out. Check out her channel and look at her description. And you're on not just YouTube but Instagram. Is that right?
Instagram, yes, at Sit in Pretty, and on
Uh,
Twitter at
Twitter.
Camille Hugh, and I think on TikTok I'm sitting pretty as well.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do YouTube. I got a TikTok channel, which I got to make some videos. I haven't in a while. I love TikTok. I watch that, and I use a lot of TikTok videos for my live shows too. Um,
Oh,
yeah. So I'm over there. I make videos every once in a blue moon, but I need to do it more. I'm just so busy at work that
Mm-hmm.
really all I've been doing lately is a Saturday show, and and that's about it. And I just haven't had. I used to make videos all the time and do live shows 3, 4 times a week, and
Mm-hmm.
I was so into it, but I was so tired. And then I was working a lot of hours. Uh, One day I had to stop. I had to slow down because I had passed out in the shower, hit my head, and I was laying in the shower, and blood's running out my neck. My wife comes in and panics, sees me there, and I just so exhausted, and I had to take a step back. I had to but I loved it so much. I was just so into it so much that it just consumed me, and what you're doing. I know you work hard, but always take time to rest and clear your head, and have a stress free day every now and then, because I had to do that. And that'd be my advice to you. I know you work hard and you put your heart into it, and you can tell because you got a good product, and yeah, that would just be a little advice, just have a time for you where you can relax, not think about it for a little bit, you know, and have a day with you and your husband where you can clear your head of that. And, that's what I had to do. I started, and, and my wife, she was scared. And I just said, you know what, I got to cut this out, and I had to step back from work, all the work I was doing. I had to step back there and change my life a little bit. I'm still going to do YouTube, but it's not as much. And it's
Yeah,
not
take
because
care
I
of
don't
yourself.
want to. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Mm.
sometimes your passion consumes you. And it
Yes, I
did
know.
me. And I'm like, I need to stop because the shower thing was a wake up call, but I could have done
Mhm.
that in the car driving home from
Yeah,
work. And who knows, that could be that, you know,
catastrophic. Mhm.
yeah. But anyway, um, but thank you so much for coming on. And I'm really
Yeah.
going close for real
Okay.
now. I think we went 30 minutes. I kept saying that, but I just love talking. I love this. But Camille, thank you so much, young lady. Best wishes to you. And
Thank you.
we'll
And we'll
be
talk
over there
soon.
watching your channel and your films and enjoying them. And thank you for all you do in your entertainment and stuff. And you know, more it's out there, the more watch it and the more people will embrace it and the bigger you'll become. Maybe one day we'll go see you at the big carpet and you know,
On the red carpet.
yeah, you'll be
Yeah.
there, with Angela Bassett and
Oh, yeah. I
you,
love it. Keep going.
hey, you might be the next one. Who knows?
Mm.
You, you know, but
That's the goal. That's the goal.
that's the goal.
Actually, the goal is just to get the stories to my audience, like people
Well,
who,
and and
yeah.
and you know
I think that's
what?
just nice
And you know what? There are people that like stories like into romantic comedy type stuff, and and the message you put out can be uplifting to somebody. You can believe it or not, we influence people all the time. Okay, you don't have to be a big star. You don't have to be a famous person. Just being around people, you influence them by your actions, by your personality, how you talk to people, and believe it or not, we influence people all the time, and and we don't even know it. Just us talking here today, we might be influencing somebody that maybe
yeah.
somebody thought, man, I would like to make little, short films, and maybe somebody will do that, and or us talking about relationships. Maybe somebody say, you know what? There's this guy over here that's real nice, and maybe I need to get to know, or this young lady that I work with, maybe maybe they'll get the courage to just take that step, get out of that comfort zone. You never know, but we do influence people, every believe it or not. And you know, and
The
if we
goal is to
really
have a
knew how
positive
many,
influence.
right, if we really knew how many people we influence, we should probably be more positive in our life.
Mhm.
But anyway, okay, Camille, thank you so much, young lady. It's been a pleasure.
Thank
And you're
you.
welcome here anytime. You have a
Okay.
good day and
You
God
too.
bless.
Same to
All
you.
right.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Have a good one. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes this show. Um, and I just, another thanks to Camille Hugh. Uh, she's independent filmmaker. Check out her YouTube channel, Instagram. Um, and show her some love. Yeah, and she's hardworking. She does these films. That's what she's into. And she's got some talent. You know, she's got what I like is she's got a positive outlook. You know, beautiful young lady with a beautiful spirit and a positive, image of a black woman. And you know, and that's what I like to see. And I'm glad she's promoting films that put black women in lead roles. You know, but anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Guys, I'll be back next Saturday, Saturday Night Swirl. We'll have. I know this last Saturday was a roasting show, and I'm not really into roasting like that. Sometimes you got to expose people for what they say and what they do. Uh, but I want more of a positive. That's what I'm into. I'm about interracial love and marriage, and that's what this channel is. We promote interracial relationships, okay? But we promote all marriage. Whoever you choose to be with, we want you to be successful with that person. We want you to have true love, regardless of who it's with. You know what I mean? And that's what I want to be about. That's what this channel's about, okay? And, and guys, thank you for watching this morning. I know it's odd for me to be early Monday morning doing a show, but young lady lives in Ireland, so we had to figure out a time where, because of the time difference and when she could be available and I could be available to have a collaboration, which I'm glad we had. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I love seeing black women doing amazing things. I love seeing black women taking charge, making things happen, and it's a beautiful thing. And those of us that love black women, we need to show our love and respect for black women and understand the true blessing and treasure we have. Okay? Black women are leading the way in so many ways, but we don't highlight it that much. In Hollywood, they just want drama and nonsense. But I love seeing good, positive movies where we promote black women and show the true image of a black woman. Kind of like the Claire Huxtable image, mother, wife, loving her family. That's, you know, that's what I like seeing. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's show. And like I said, go show her some love. Sitting Pretty Productions. Okay. Check out her YouTube channel and all her social media, and follow her. This young lady's got a good heart. She works hard and she puts together a pretty good product. Okay. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for being a part of the Roadrunner family. And God bless you and your family. And I'll see you guys soon. God bless.